Welcome to the first video produced by Kitchen Culture Kits. I'm Carol Stiff and I will be your guide. You can follow along in the Kitchen Culture Kit manual, or you can go to the website and print out the supply list and the procedures that we will be discussing in the video. The video is divided into 4 parts. The first part is the introduction and the supply list. Part 2 deals with media preparation. Part 3 will include the culture of African violet leaves, miniature rose, node cuttings, and orchid seeds. In the last part, we will visit a real tissue culture lab and nursery. Various techniques will be shown in this video. Please remember that there is more than one correct way to accomplish these procedures. Every lab you visit will do things slightly different than the previous lab. Plants are all around us. They provide us with our food, the air we breathe, fibers, medicine, relaxation, beauty, and tranquility. So, it is no wonder that people are fascinated with them, their diversity, their beauty, their propagation. Plant tissue culture is one method of plant propagation that can be done year-round and does not require expensive equipment or a scientific background. It only requires a love of plants and some kitchen supplies. So what is plant tissue culture? Plant tissue culture involves the growth of plant parts in a sterile, controlled environment. Here we have examples of plant tissue cultures in test tubes and in baby food jars. Nutrients and plant growth regulators in the medium control the growth of the plant piece. Shoots or roots and even embryos can be induced to develop in the culture. Plant tissue culture is used to mass propagate plants. Universities and industry have used plant tissue culture for years. Why do they use it? The main purpose is propagation of valuable plants. They also use it for production of disease-free plants and to maintain valuable germplasm. Plant breeding programs use tissue culture to shorten their breeding cycles. Genetic engineering uses plant tissue culture to produce plants with new, valuable genes. See our interactive CD for a detailed discussion of these topics. It includes images and protocols for these techniques. So why would you want to use plant tissue culture? You can mass produce your favorite plants. You can propagate expensive plants like orchids. Plant tissue culture is also a great way to study plant growth, anatomy, morphology, nutrition, and growth regulators. It makes a great tool in the classroom. And it's a lot of fun. I've been doing this for 30 years and I still consider it fun. What will you need to do this? Bacteria and fungus grow faster than plants, so efforts must be made to keep these organisms out of the plant cultures. Media and water for rinsing off the bleach must be sterile. Making these is similar to making Jell-O, warming up coffee, or canning tomatoes. Most of the supplies you will need are basic items found in your kitchen. Supplies needed for tissue culture include 70% alcohol, regular table sugar, vinegar and baking soda, bleach, dish detergent, measuring spoons, pressure cooker or microwave, knife and forceps, florist tape, saran wrap or surgical tape, plastic box, gloves, goggles, apron. Shoes are great too. These plastic white caps fit on mason jars. They can be used in the microwave and in the pressure cooker. These can be purchased at your local discount store in the canning section. Baby food jars make great culture vessels. Mason jars can be used as culture vessels and for sterile water. All of these caps can be used in the pressure cooker. Only the plastic caps can be used in the microwave. Note that one of the metal baby food jar caps has been fitted with a filter. See our website for more information on this. Filtered water or distilled water can be used for media preparation. A tall shot glass makes a good holder for 70% alcohol. Isopropanol can be used to sterilize forceps and knives. Isopropanol can be purchased at your local discount store or grocery store. It's much cheaper than ethanol. Do not use denatured alcohol. It is dangerous for the plants and for you. Gladware type boxes can also be used as culture vessels. These work well in the microwave and in the pressure cooker and can be purchased at your local discount store or grocery store. A pressure cooker is useful but is not absolutely necessary. A microwave will do the job and is much cheaper to purchase. These are the safety recommendations that we urge you to follow. Get instruction from a qualified professional. Take a workshop, buy a kit. Read all material safety data sheets on chemical safety. Know the chemicals that you are working with. Wear protective clothing such as gloves, goggles, aprons. There should be no smoking and no open flames. Alcohol is flammable. Use sterile techniques to minimize contamination. What is sterile technique? Sterile technique requires you to use procedures that will limit dust getting into the culture vessels. Dust carries bacteria, fungi, etc., so we need to avoid that. A clean area or a clean box is useful in providing these conditions. A laminar flow hood is an expensive clean box. It provides a sterile working area. This one costs about $6,000 and is the best one you can buy. This is also a laminar flow hood. It's called a micro hood. It works very well and it is portable. It costs about $1,400. These plastic boxes make very good, inexpensive clean boxes. They cost about $14. This one is my favorite. I cut a window out of one side and flip it upside down. This one is made of PVC pipe and can be folded up when not in use. It costs about $14. Sterile technique requires that all items put in the clean box should be sprayed or disinfected with 70% alcohol. Hands should be washed and sprayed with 70% alcohol. Sneezing will contaminate your work area. Leave the area if you have to sneeze. Hands are being sprayed with 70% alcohol here. See how the whole clean box is sprayed, including the vessels, the sides, and the top. Long hair should be tied back to minimize contamination. Tools should be positioned in the clean area to minimize passing hands over sterile areas, like your culture vessels. Forceps and knives should be disinfected in 70% alcohol. Use a tall shot glass for this. Here are the hard-to-get supplies. Plant growth media, plant growth regulators, also called hormones, ppm, a biocide that stops bacterial growth, agar or some other support, plastic caps for the jars, forceps and knives, pH papers, and something that measures in milliliters. Some of those items are shown here. These are some items used to seal culture vessels to prevent dust from getting in. These can be as simple as florist tape or surgical tape, or something more sophisticated like parafilm. All of the hard-to-get supplies come in our kit. You can also go to our website and find other vendors who carry these supplies. Here is our website, www.kitchenculturekit.com. The next part of this video will have basic instructions for media preparation. The video was recorded in my kitchen or in the labs of Dr. Michael Kane at the University of Florida. In this video, we will first show a list of items or steps of a procedure. We'll talk about it, and then we'll see the real thing in action. As we said earlier, most of the supplies used in plant tissue culture are basic kitchen items found in your home. You will need a quart jar or a 1-liter container, 20 to 24 baby food jars with caps, pint jars with the white plastic caps or the metal rings and lids, a long teaspoon, and pH paper. The ingredients for the media include MS media packet, table sugar, 1 ml of